it's Lynn. I've had a couple of messages from people asking me if I could show how I got the effect with this heart that I made, where it peels off of the card. I've sort of been experimenting, and I think maybe I was just lucky with that particular card that I had. This is quite a sort of tightly squashed piece of corrugated. It's hard to describe. I don't know if you can sort of see, but also the card that's on the front is, well, as you can see, it's white card, and it's not quite as, it's a bit thicker and more sort of a bit like antique-y card than normal corrugated card. And it was quite by accident, because I was trying to cut it all the way through, but as you can see on the back, it hasn't gone through to the back layer at all, and then that top layer just peeled right off, which is this part here, and then I was left with that and put the modelling paste on it. So anyway, I've tried to do a couple of experiments, and I used this ordinary corrugated card that you just get with packaging, and I ran it through my Cuttlebug using the C plate on the bottom and the top plate, B plate on the top, and it went all the way through. So obviously that wasn't successful. Then I tried again using just B plates, B plate on the bottom, B plate on the top, but that wasn't thick enough. So then I started adding cardboard shims. You know, I just use anything I can find, pieces of paper or pieces of card, and adding them through a few at a time, making it thicker and thicker, just to get enough pressure to push it through. And when I used all of those shims that I've got here, which is 1, 2, 3, it's double, so 4, 5, 6 pieces of thin card, it did go through, so I could push it out, but it's not really sort of quite all the way through. So if you were really careful, you could just start picking, holding that in, and then peeling this paper off, and maybe if you were lucky you could get it to stay in. But then I tried again with a different sort of card. I found this one that was thinner and much more compact, but then again it went all the way through, so that was no good. And then I tried it again with a bit more compact brown corrugated, and I took off a couple of the shims that I'd run through, and this time it worked and it didn't go all the way through. So you know, I can start peeling that off, but it's still not quite the same effect, because before, when I peeled it, I still got quite a thickness come through, because as you can see on my heart, the piece that peeled off was still quite thick. I have to glue that back on again now. I don't know if you can see, because I've darkened the edges, but that piece is still quite thick, and then what I was left with is still, you know, it's a couple of layers thick there. So I think really it's just a case of experimenting with different types of corrugated card and see what effect you get. This actually, compared to that, yeah, the corrugations inside here on these are a single layer, and on here it's double layer corrugated, so maybe that's why. Anyway, like I say, you'll just have to experiment with different types of corrugated card, and hopefully you'll find one that works as well. Unfortunately, I haven't got any more of this one, and I can't remember what sort of package I got it from in the first place. Maybe I was just lucky, maybe it was a one-off. But I still quite like the effect of this last one I did, where it didn't go all the way through and you can just peel off the top layer and still have the corrugated layer underneath, so in which case you'd end up with just this sort of effect, and then you can just paint it or put modelling paste on there or whatever. Anyway, I hope this helps. Thanks very much for watching. Speak to you soon. Bye.